holy shit, but if I just spit a quid, it really won't matter.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, back for another Transformers Transformation Review thing. I have a very profound sense of new toy joy today. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt for Auto Assembly, because everybody should have one. New toy joy, because we're all going to have new toy joy. I said that I wouldn't experience new toy joy until Auto Assembly, because, you know, at Auto Assembly, we're all going to get a glut of Transformers. 4 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, hence green t-shirt, obviously. Very, very excited about Auto Assembly. Again, very excited about Auto Assembly. Always am. But I couldn't not, yeah, that makes sense. I couldn't not head off in the direction, and like Cybertron, that wonderful and evil site that makes people buy things, SEIBERTRON. So I peruse it, as I do, thrice, whatever the equivalent is for 4 or 5 times a day. And last night, at about 7 o'clock, something appeared. One of their little headlines, Predacons Rising, appeared in UK. And I was like, what? I wasn't expecting that for months, if at all. And I looked, and it was in a Tesco that was about 4 miles from me. So of course I hot-footed it. Hotfoot. Ooh, that should be a mini con, shouldn't it? Hotfoot. Him and Backwipe should be together in a 2-pack. And so I had to get it. SKYLYNX. Oh, why? How? Amazing, absolutely amazing. So SKYLYNX was there, Dark Steel was there. I passed on Dark Steel. I could have bought Dark Steel, of course I could, but I thought, I'm not buying any more Transformers to Auto Assembly because, you know, we're saving our pennies et al. And I don't have this mold. He's the repaint of Skystalker, who you probably know, but Skystalker and Grimwing, who are SKYLYNX and Dark Steel respectively, haven't even appeared in mainline toy stores, in toy lines in the UK yet. But we have the Predacons Rising repaints. I was so excited. So I passed on Dark Steel because I have Grimwing and I know what he's like, and he is absolutely awesome. I can't justify buying any Transformers with the amount of money I'm attempting to save to spend on at Auto Assembly. So with that in mind, look at this bad boy. He's just gorgeous. They also had the Construct Bots. I am not interested. I am not going to start collecting Construct Bots. It's the last thing I need. I have 800 Transformers in this room. The last thing I need is space for Transformers-like things. I'm not mad about them. They also had the Abominus pack all together, all those 5 little guys all together, and they look great. But again, I passed on that. What else? If they had that Cryofire Predaking, I think I would find it very difficult to pass on that. Call it Cryotech, please. Anyway, let's get on to this point. The packaging is slightly diminished, as you can see. It's not quite as expansive as the Beast Hunters mainline stuff. Rather pathetic little one-line bio. This is what the bios look like in the UK. You have a little, very, very abridged version of whatever the American release is. Very abridged, and then it's in 5, 6, 7. It's in about a dozen other languages. So it serves the Predacon cause, which is crap. There's little Dark Steel, a little picture of him at the bottom. Grimwing is an exceptionally beautiful Transformer, really absolutely beautiful. But I wanted this one, so this is the only one I got, and he is lovely. Beast Hunters Predacon Rising SKYLYNX. Just show you the back. That's what it looks like. Let's get it open. So Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Rising SKYLYNX is a bit of a mouthful, but he's a definite homage to Generation 1 SKYLYNX. Who's this guy? So physically, aesthetically, he looks like him because he has the same colors. There's white and red, and there's a little bit of gold, and there's an awful lot of blue. And this is the Generation 1 SKYLYNX, not the reissue, because I like me Generation 1 things. So he's a definite homage physically to him, and I might show you him again in a second. But in terms of his bio, he couldn't be more different. First of all, SKYLYNX is an Autobot, and he's super intelligent. He's very, very aloof. But this SKYLYNX he just seems a bit like a bit of a grunt as far as I can understand. Now the bio, any online bio from him is pretty sparse, and I can only even find, even on TF Wiki, a one-line bio, which is basically, let me see if I have it here, I might have called it up. No. Um, it says he serves the Predacon cause, so he is just like a grunt, which is unfortunate because it seems that Skystalker, his mold counterpart, seems to be the much he seems to be much more like SKYLYNX in terms of his character, which is an interesting little kind of inversion of things. Oh, I just gave you a little bit of BG there, not enough to do you any harm, but a little bit nonetheless. Now he's packaged in his bot mode, but it's not the mode I'll be displaying him in. Now, what I do is I show you beast mode and then I go to bot mode, and I'm still going to do that today. But this is his beast mode, and he's beautiful in this mode, absolutely beautiful. He really is. Let's see how much we can get. You see, he's very like Generation 1 SKYLYNX in color. We have the red, we have the white, we have blue, and we have little flashes of gold. And he's some kind of griffin, dragon. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. He's very skeletal. The first Skystalker, the mold originator, I like to say that, has obviously he looks the same, but he's kind of more. He has a lot of different blue hues, light blue, dark blue, etc. And this guy looks kind of skeletal. Uh, he's very elegant in both bot and beast mode, and I really do like him. Now he's got a couple of little gimmicks in this mode. Let me just give him a little bit of a pose first. Like a lot of what's going on in Beast Hunters and Prime, the bots seem to pose really well, and this guy doesn't suffer from the. Oh, let me see, give it a bit of detail. Not a lot of light coming in there. He doesn't suffer from the postmodern plastic syndrome, which is the crap, flimsy plastic, because when you hold this guy in your hands, you know you've got a bot. Admittedly, a lot of what is with this bot in terms of weight is going on in the wings, but I don't mind that. He really feels like he's kind of pushing himself down onto your hand, which I'm pleased about. Very beautiful mold, really pretty. And what really surprises me is that we should get him already in the UK. Seeing as how we haven't even got Skystalker yet, I really find that quite interesting. And the same with Darksteel. But there he is. He's beautiful. That's the mold. That's the mode he's going to get displayed in. You can activate one of the gimmicks here, which is this kind of these disc launchers. You pull a little trigger there, and these huge gold arrays fire forward. He's still very pretty, very posable. There's lots that can go on here in terms of posability. There's a little bit of movement in the tail. There's lots of movement in the legs, on the forelegs as well. There's plenty going on in the head here. You can have all kinds of different poses. Really nice. You can just about see, I think, that he's got little gold eyes hidden in there. Now, I'm going to take some pains to this guy because these awful rivety welts here, I absolutely despise them. And even if you don't pick out any panel lines and bots, you can still get you can still, by getting some very basic colors, you can cover up some of these big primary welts that and just take the kind of it'll just finish them that a little bit better. I think I'll give him some gold claws as well. Now let's have a look at the bot. Uh, Nice simple little transformation, but what, like a lot of these guys, there's a little more complexity than just standing him up. It is basically, that seems to be what we're doing with most of the Beast Hunters line. We are more or less standing them up, but then there's lots of little kind of finesse points in and around. Like for example, in this arm transformation, you can see that what you would normally do is think you would just raise the wings, but not so. There's a post and a port here, and the wings, you shorten the arms and you shorten the wings, and not only then will it allow the wings to kind of find their optimum position. That little touches like that, and there is a little click, yeah, just a little soft click. Those little touches make it them all the more interesting. He's got this nice waist transformation, which I've already done, but I'll just show you again. In that the waist closes up. This is the beast waist, just to give him a little bit more a little bit more volume in the hippage. Head. Let's do the head reveal last. I mean, what used to happen on beast bots is that the beast hands would just kind of normally affect the bot hands, but there is a tiny little bit of transformation here that uh, just to differentiate between the bot and the beast hand. It's hardly necessary because the actual beast 4 paws as they were would look really good as the bot's hands. What we do is we bend the waist ever so slightly. Lots of subtle things. You see, it's the difference between. Let me see. I'll get this arm out of the way. Difference between that and that. That will make this bot all the more interesting. Open up the chest. Lower the bottom jaw, and then I'm going to push the head down a little bit. And a really interesting bit of transformation here. You can see that the beast head, the bot head is inside the beast head, but the bottom jaw is kind of, the lower part of the mandible is hidden. We'll give him a couple of spurs here. These don't really assist in the standing up. They just give the bot a little bit more character at the back of the legs. And again, it differentiates somewhat between the beast and bot legs. And there we are, more or less. Let me just fix his hips up a little bit. There he is. I think he's absolutely beautiful. He's very angelic. He's like some kind of demon angel, and I think that looks, such a good look for this guy. Yeah, he's some kind of very graceful demonic angel. And there's lots of little gimmicks that go on here. There's actually one that isn't alluded to in the instructions. The instructions look very different as well. These are kind of a long pamphlet style instructions. Now, I like to pose him like this. This is one of the ways that you can pose him. You can give him a set of nice little fancy angel wings. Then you can point these bad boys forward. These are pretty awesome, these. I really do. I thought I would really dislike these, but I don't. I think they're wonderful. So, in his tail. Interesting thing, whenever you're transforming him, in the instructions that come with this SKYLYNX, it asks you to take this off, but it doesn't tell you what to do with it. And I puzzled ever so slightly until I realized, or rather I read on the Cybertron, or a TF Wiki, of course, a font of all transforming knowledge, that it goes onto his hands, albeit reluctantly. There we go. Just kind of a mace weapon. Looks pretty good. I don't mind that at all. It seems quite a small piece to take off. Normally, I imagine that what happened is they just kind of disregarded it because they thought it's so slight. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because that is the bit that's going to get lost. It really is. That's the bit that we're all going to lose. So when we go looking for Transformers, Prime, Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising, SKYLYNX in about 10 years' time, they'll all be missing that. Some of them may well be missing these disc launchers too. Like I say, you push this bad boy forward, and this flies out, and it's just a kind of a friction launching thing, which I'm pleased about, because it's not spring loaded, so it's not likely to go off in your hand. Very, very pretty looking thing. The head, actually, I didn't think it would have much articulation, but it does. Let's have a look at his face. Pretty little face. He reminds me a little bit of Bane or something like that. I might do a little bit of panel line picking there, but for the most part, he's good, and he doesn't need much work, which I'm finding a lot with Beast Hunters. They don't need much work. Even Predaking, the big Predaking, he was apparently missing so many paint apps. Even in that black chest, it wasn't actually wanting. It didn't look like it was missing anything. And this guy, he looks pretty complete. I would like to say that Hasbro have learned their lesson, but that remains to be seen. Beautiful bot. Let's have a little look with Generation 1 SKYLYNX. You can see this guy's difficult to hold. He's a big kind of bird jaguar thing. This toy is utterly ridiculous and utterly sublime. He's incredible, and he's difficult to get hold of. The Generation 1 complete and looking good, because he's often faded and missing bits. This is Beast Hunters, Predacons Rising. That's a bit of a mouthful, SKYLYNX. And he is also incredibly beautiful, and I'm very pleased to be introducing him to my collection. Now, that's no more bots now until auto assembly. Although I might go out tonight and get Dark Steel. I'm a bad boy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me this morning. This is Ray and the beautiful SKYLYNX. Good day.
Now that's what